Hello and welcome back to Will's World of Reviews, where we don't just have one obsession, we have 100. And today's obsession is probably going to be what would go down as my biggest obsession, which is the TV programme Lost. And this Sunday, Lost is 20 years old, 20 years since the first episode, which makes me incredibly old, at least feeling very old. I think, I remember it being on Channel 4 here in the UK after being on America for a little bit. And I remember watching that first episode vividly. I think my dad had taped it, or I might have watched it like live or repeat, and I was just hooked immediately. Obviously it was episode by episode, there was no block streaming, no mass upload of all the episodes. It was a long season, with 20 plus episodes in there, which obviously you're not going to get these days. And from that double pilot, I think I'd seen it, episode 1 and 2 together. That was me hooked on this program that would change my life, and that's not me being hyperbolic. A lot of people say that type of stuff, and that might be true for them, but then there's people who say stuff like that and actually they enjoy it. But I can honestly say this program really saved my life at one point. The characters, the story, my relationship to it. In particular, I was going through a rough time at university, and this was the thing that was bringing me the most joy at that stage, which was important in getting me through some issues that I've discussed here before, such as eating disorders, depression, alcoholism, all these things that at the time were obviously kind of eating me up inside. This program provided an extreme ray of light for me, and in particular the characters of Juliet and Sawyer. Absolutely adore their plot line, their story throughout the series as it goes on. And so now to be stood here 20 years later, after I remember staying up for that finale in the middle of the night when it aired. I didn't care what time it was, I was watching it live. And me and my wife's on her second full run through now, as we've just started rewatching it for the anniversary. I don't know how many times I've watched it. I'm not like a mega expert, I couldn't tell you all the intricate details, but I feel like I'm alright, in regards to it. So yeah, there's a documentary coming out about it as well. I'm not sure if it's been picked up on the channel yet. I mean, Disney have the rights to Lost, I think, because they bought out ABC. But it's also on Netflix at the moment, so they're the two places I would advise you to go if you want to watch it. And I'm hoping the documentary gets picked up by one of those streaming services, because it looks like it's got everybody involved, pretty much, the main characters, apart from Matthew Shepard, who played Jack. I don't think he's been announced, which is a shame, considering obviously Jack is the main character, for love him or hate him. But I do think Matthew Shepard has tried to distance himself from the programme. Not entirely sure why. Perhaps it's maybe a typecast thing, and he's found it difficult to find work, broadening his kind of acting portfolio. But I could be just misinterpreting that, or it's been misleading. But anyone who's not seen it, go watch it. Yeah, it's probably a little bit of a product of its time now, in terms of it probably hasn't got the best diversity representation, and lots of other things like that perhaps you wouldn't get in a modern TV program. But I think if you're going to watch these programs that are 20, 30 years old, you have to kind of be prepared for that. And if it's not something you don't like, it's not something you can get on board with, then that's absolutely fine. But I would just suggest to anybody that is maybe having a little bit of doubts about it, just definitely watch it, and just give it a chance, really. I mean, if you're not hooked from that pilot, then I would say it's probably not for you. That pilot really just sets it up as for what it experiences. I think I'll probably make this into a series. I might do a review after I've just finished season 1. I've got a couple of episodes left again, and kind of give you overview and thoughts on that. And I think it's been plagued a little bit with the idea of the ending not being extremely well received. The last episode, the last season. But I think, I might do a detailed video on that as well, because I think a lot of it gets lost in... a lot of it gets lost And I think it's misunderstood, and the idea that they were all dead at the time is the common notion about it, and it could not be further from the truth. Really, it's the opposite. The islanders actually, find life on the island. So yeah, happy birthday to Lost on Sunday. What an amazing achievement, to still be kind of in the limelight. It's not up there with like Game of Thrones or Harry Potter or anything like this that you will then find in Primark. You're not going to find the Primarkization, if that's even a word I've made up, of this program, which is a shame because I would love to buy more merchandise from it. We haven't got a lot of merchandise from it. I'm hoping that maybe this will spark a little bit of a revival and we'll see more merchandise, because as you can tell from my channel, I like buying stuff, and I like buying figures and I like buying stuff like that. And I've got a decent Lost collection as it stands. Check out my video of the Lost Funko collection, including the custom Juliet that I made. Yeah, I mean, it's just, like I said, I cannot state just how important this program is to me, my life, my wife. It's one of those things that, gosh, it's amazing for me. It's not perfect. Nothing's perfect, but it comes very, very close. And I'm just hoping that people will start to enjoy it, and find a new generation, a new audience. So that's my quick little happy birthday to Lost. I hope you've enjoyed it. As always, please take care, and peace, love, and prayers. Bye.